it. If I finish this, I will keep it. But I thought to do the veil because it's really important and it will kind of like strike you. My pastor did a message, a sermon about the tabernacle, and that room of the Holy of Holies was so beautiful to me. And I never understood why. Like I never really thought about why either, but I just knew that room was beautiful with the ark and everything about it. Uh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Okay, so the veil separated the holy place from the most holy place, and it was a tabernacle, like a fabric tent, right? And then when they built the temple, it was a brick mortar replicated version of the tabernacle, so it's still the same thing. Okay, then when Jesus died on the cross, I mean, you had the like altar of incense before the veil, right? And then the smoke would, this is subliminal right here. The smoke would go up. He taught me how to see scripture like this. My pastor taught me how to see scripture like this, and he does not believe me. My pastor taught me how to see scripture like this. That smoke would go up over the veil and into the room of the Holy of Holies. It'd go over the veil into that room. And that represented the prayers of the saints. And when Jesus died on the cross, Mother Nature sent an earthquake. Mother Nature sent the flood. Mother Nature. Read my Genesis 1. That'll make sense. Mother Nature. Creator. Okay. So it will make sense. Genesis 1. That temple split in half and it rented that veil in two. That meant that we now have access into that room. We have access into that room. Where is that room? That room is right here. That room is right here. Right here. That's subliminal. Jesus was the veil. And through Jesus, we have access. Look to Jesus. Look to him. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is what that spirit would scream to me on Olean's Lane. Look to Jesus. He gives you the answers. Psychosis. Schizophrenia. Audible words. Look to Jesus. He laid his body on the ark. He was a Levite. 2 cherubs on the ark. 2 cherubs in Jesus' tomb. Cherubs. Angels. Subliminal message. That's subliminal all day long. That's Christ. That's Christ. Christ is Illuminati. Now, Moses went on the top of Mount Sinai. He came down with the tablets of stone. He didn't know that his face was shining. Now, our translations have changed. Our Bibles have changed. Patrick O'Neill, I wrote that on the blue computer. I told you the Bible would change. I had no idea what it meant at the time. I wrote what I was told to write. By that word that I hear audibly, told me to type those things down for you to read so that you would believe me. And where are you? Where are you at? The Bible would change, right? Where am I at? Where am I at, right? Okay. The older text, the very first English translation says that when he came down, that his face was shining beams because of his fellowship with the word. Wycliffe version 1382. Shining with beams of light or glory light, beams, B-E-A-M-S, beams, beaming light, bright light, beaming because of his fellowship with the word. Now, our newer text says radiant. That could be glittery or shiny. You hear the word beams. What are you thinking of? You're thinking about a bright sun with big rays of beaming light. That's what you're thinking about when you say the word beaming. Beams. What happened with Jesus on the top of the mountain? His face shone like the sun. He had beams of light coming off of his face too. They both transfigured, both bridegrooms. Moses came down that veil, or came down that mountain. He put a veil on his face, a mask, to separate that bright light from the realm of the flesh, so they couldn't see it. Where was the light? Behind that veil. The tabernacle. Where was the light? Where did Christ sit on that ark? Behind that veil. Behind that veil. Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration. Where was that light? Behind the veil of Jesus' flesh. Who was there? Inside that veil. Inside that most holy place. That big bright light. Inside that room. Most holy place. Behind that veil. That bright beaming light. Behind that veil. Who was there? Many members. Moses and Elijah. Many members. Two of them anyways. Illuminating Jesus. Many members that make up a body. Illuminating Jesus with a shining sun-like face, much like he did Moses. Christ is Illuminati. Christ is Illuminati. It was not before Jesus' flesh rolled back and we got here inside the kingdom, nor after it, but in the moments the cloud overtook them. They were surrounded by clouds, the ancestors. There's verses that talk about the clouds. Witnesses of cloud, a cloud of witnesses, ancestors, those who have died before us. Many members living inside of us. They are Illuminati. And that is how they drive us. We are the wheels. This is the truth to Scripture. This is the truth. Those robots will have a driver too. And that's coming from the ground, from the earth. Those thorns, bristles. Sin, demons, travel arid places, seeking for a tabernacle to dwell in. Robots, humanoid robots. Many members, those demons, many members, to the body of AI, the man of sin. This is the truth. This is the truth. I have been shown these things. This is the truth.